Hello and welcome back to SpriteGuard Plays Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom. When we left off, I believe we were in the middle of a boss fight. We were facing a pretty big pattern. Let's see if we can make our way past it. So we have some overlapping stuff. It looks like some more of those tightening loops that were giving us so much trouble in the last episode. But this looks like a looser pattern than last time. So hopefully we will be more equipped to fit through it. And of course, it's a different day. I have a different mood, a different ability to concentrate. So hopefully the stars will align today. And it looks like we have kind of what I call purple bullet syndrome, where we have bullets that are moving at different speeds that are hard to distinguish. It may be that they're actually different colors, but if they are too similar for me to distinguish. Actually, now that I'm looking at it a little bit better, it does look like there's more than one color here. I just can't really tell them apart very well. I remember that was something that someone complained about cave games, and said that was why they preferred Toho games, but it doesn't much matter if you're colorblind and can't really tell them apart. So I'm just going to have to tell them apart by their speeds. And it looks like I'm having some difficulty reading the patterns, as I often do. Let's see if we can stay a little farther forward and try and find those gaps. I think once we figure out where those gaps are, we're going to have a better time of things. And of course we want to do as much damage as we can. We want to leave open the option of using bombs to get through, but as much as we can, we want to try and save them. Oh! Didn't manage... What? Well, I thought we'd gotten hit there, but apparently the bomb saved us. But it looks like we made it to the... What on earth is happening? Why are we just suddenly... Oh, my goodness. How are we supposed to deal with that? I guess we just have to keep moving. So I'll just strafe back... Oh, jeez. For some reason, it's not visually registering when it appears. I'm not sure what's going on. But there it is, so now we have to... Oh, wow, okay. We're going to have to figure out a way to fit through there. So there it is. And it's reflecting off the walls. It's creating very tight patterns. So I think probably we want to make it appear in a particular place where it's not going to create too much crowding, but... Oh boy, is it shooting a lot of stuff. And it looks like there's a pretty big aimed component. And that may be the case even when they're bouncing off of the walls, because it feels like there's just so much coming after us. And I don't know how we're going to defeat this. I think going around the back like that, making it appear way up there, and then just trying to react. The bullets are kind of coming from all over the place. So it's going to be... I think it's going to take a different kind of play than I'm used to. And I'm not sure I can come up with that. So we'll have to see. And, I don't want to use 2 bombs in one episode if I don't have to, but that's certainly looking like what our options are. So yeah, I think having it that far forward is a really bad thing. But that means that we don't get as much time focusing fire. It's like wherever we are, it gets so crowded. And so I think we want to even just keep moving across the screen. And so that's going to require navigating really carefully through this stuff. And it always seems less crowded where we're not. So I'm wondering, is this stuff actually aiming toward us? Or is it just a perception bias? Because it seems like there's always some place that's less crowded on the screen. So that's one way of doing it. Whoops. Was just careless there. So it looks like we're going to have to go through a couple of these no matter what. So probably we want to focus fire on her as much as we can. So we'll start up here, and we have a homing shot, so those will hit her while we're moving around here. Then we come down here and last as long as we can before we bomb. And then we just... And then I made the same mistake, so we need to remember... okay, so we focus fire for a while, try and make our way through here, bomb when we need to... And then once again, focus on her, get out of the way, and then we need to survive that one. And so maybe after we bomb, what we should do is we should move back up here, use the homing shot. That seems more plausible. And something I just realized is we can kind of start up here, move back, keep the focus fire on, and then bomb. And that might let us get a bit more damage in. And it just wasn't quite enough. Oh, that was way too early. I'm actually going to forfeit here. There we go. That was, once again, way too early. So I'm going to forfeit this round. And just try and get... There we go. So I think going around like that will let us get more damage in than the other way. And then we just have to be prepared to loop... Oh, didn't quite move fast enough there. So that's not going to work out. So there's our first bomb. And getting the damage in that second phase is, I think, going to be the biggest challenge that we face. Alright, I think we got a bit more damage in that time around. But then I forgot to move again. So it's really becoming apparent that kind of the thing that is most serving as a barrier here is just my memory and my concentration. It's just not up to snuff. And I don't know if that's because we're getting deeper into the game and it's getting more challenging, or if I've just been having a series of bad days. Which is entirely possible. I've been having kind of a rough time of things. Not like... my life is going very well. I've just been sick for a very long time. And that's kind of been impacting everything except for the things that I'm already very good at. And this is not one of those things. And so the question remains kind of, how can I work past this? How can I make it through here effectively? What kinds of changes do I need to make in order to get through this? And sometimes the answers are not obvious. Sometimes it's really not clear what I need to be doing. How long can we stay in the center here before something hits us? Actually, pretty long. So maybe the thing to do is be way up here, wait for stuff to reflect back at us, then do that, and then kite the next one, and then do this, and once again, just barely not enough. But I think that was the closest we've gotten, so maybe that's the way to do it. The problem is we can't do that on the second one because we can't get out of it. Or maybe we can. Maybe that is what we're supposed to do. Alright, that worked. Very nice. Let's see what this one does. Oh, wow. Well, that's a really pretty pattern, but oh boy, is it going to be difficult. And I think this might have to be where we wrap it up. I don't like to spend too many episodes on one boss, but this is quite a long boss, and every pattern has been giving me a great deal of trouble. So I don't have a great deal of confidence that I will be able to beat this pattern, especially since this is about the length I like to let these episodes go. And, you know, today's just turning out to be another day that's not quite working out for me, and I apologize for that, but we'll just continue at it, keep at it. I think when you're dealing with this kind of kind of long-term illness, I think one of the hardest things to do is to just keep forgiving yourself, keep kind of reminding yourself that it won't last forever, and that you just have to keep moving forward. And we are making progress. We are continuing to make progress. And so, you know, eventually a day will come when we make it through this. And eventually there will be a day when I'm feeling better. And it's just a matter of time and staying engaged. And, you know, it can be really difficult sometimes to kind of stick with things that you normally enjoy, that you're just being really frustrated by. And it's really important to kind of find that balance of not making yourself sick of a thing, but not letting your discouragement ruin your enjoyment of it, and kind of reminding yourself that this is something that you enjoy. And so that's where we're going to leave it off today. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.